All right, welcome back, everybody. 642, diabetes affects 34 million Americans, and doctors say it is the leading cause of blindness, kidney failure, amputation, and stroke. And during the pandemic, people with diabetes face much higher risks for severe complications from COVID-19. Joining me to talk about how families can be helped, especially the kiddos who are now back to school, Tasha Thatcher. She is the development manager for the Nevada Diabetes Association. Tasha, thank you so much for being here. How you doing?
I am doing wonderful. How are you doing, Monica?
I am doing great. I'm so glad you're here today. You know, I wanted to talk about this because, of course, you know, everybody's been talking about the death of iconic rapper Biz Markie that brought diabetes back to, you know, the top of the conversation. Of course, his was type 2, but we also have type 1 out there. And also, personally, I reversed my diabetes type 2 several years ago, but most recently my doctor said, okay, you're pre-diabetic again, and it's because I was on lockdown and I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. That's stressful to me as an adult. So as a kid, I can't imagine what the kids are going through if they are diabetic. So tell us about the Nevada Diabetes Association and your role here in Southern Nevada.
Okay, well, thank you so much for having me this morning. And the Nevada Diabetes Association has a program and service for anyone affected by diabetes in our community. We offer support group programs for families, teens, young adults. We have a short-term emergency medical assistance program for people in need. We have education programs, diabetes advocacy programs, as well as camp programs for kids.
Yeah,
teens.
I was checking out your website. It looks like you guys have a lot of fun helping folks out. So let's talk about your partnership specifically with CCSD and how you guys help them manage the task of serving the students, you know, with diabetes, because of course we know they have to eat differently, specifically when it comes to managing their health and their diet on campus. And has COVID affected any of that? Because I know a lot of parents are interested in how their diabetic children are being handled or managed on the school level.
Right. So the Nevada Diabetes Association is a main point of resource for CCSD families. Diabetes is a community, it takes a village.
Yeah.
And, children and families are not alone in this journey with diabetes. And we help, the main point that we help the families with is through the support. And we do receive referrals from the Clark County School District, nurses, and also some educators for our services in Southern Nevada.
Yeah.
And COVID-19 has definitely changed, the whole dynamic of children in schools, especially children who are living with diabetes.
Yeah.
And, there's definitely families, parents are definitely concerned about the health and safety, but the school district does have their guidelines and protocols in place to make sure that all students are well taken care of.
Yeah. And you guys, like I said, I was on your website, Tasha, and it looks like you guys do a lot of fun stuff. You have a lot of fun events. Some are adult-friendly events there. So can you talk about that? And I'm not sure if COVID has shut down some of them, but they were on your website, so I wanted to ask you about them.
Okay. So during the pandemic in 2020, we moved everything to a virtual platform.
Okay.
And we did make sure our support group programs, we worked in conjunction with our Reno Family Support Group and did a partnership between the two programs to, provide diabetes education topics and, just let our community know that we were still there for them. We did do a virtual camp program in 2020, and in 2021, we did recently have Camp Buck, which is the heart of our diabetes education camp programs. We did hold that recently up in South Lake Tahoe, and it was a very successfully run camp program with the highest safety precautions in place. We are returning to our in-person family support groups on the first Tuesday of every month in Las Vegas, at the Las Vegas Mini Grand Prix.
All right, wonderful.
And
Now we're just about out of time, Tasha. So that was a lot of great information, but I know parents are like, okay, so how do we get in touch with you? How do we get involved and help our kiddos out here, especially now that they're back in school? So what are the contact numbers and the websites, etc.?
The best. Okay, so the website is www.diabetesnv.org. And also you can reach me, Tasha Thatcher, at our office in Las Vegas at 702-966-4219.
All right.
And we do have a fun event coming up on Saturday, November 20th.
Okay.
It's a poker run at Las Vegas Harley-Davidson.
Awesome. Tasha, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Hopefully we brought a little bit more comfort, I should say, to parents who have children in the CCSD system with diabetes. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your work week.
Thank you. You too.
All right, folks. And don't forget
Bye-bye.
to catch my MOJ Show Facebook Live weeknights at 7 p.m. Yes, Sherry, I had to come clean. I was doing well for several years after I reversed my type 2 diabetes, and then I fell off the wagon, and my doctor just last week was like, okay, we got to get back up and running because your levels are off.
Yes, and that's very serious for you.
It is.
For
it
us,
absolutely is.
A lot of people, it's just putting on some extra pounds.
Yeah.
But for a diabetic, that is really serious.
Yep.